Chosen one, there is something now radiating from you that transcends the measurements of clocks and calendars. It is not found in the lines of your face or the tone of your voice, but in the frequency that pulses through your presence. You are being seen, not simply as a man of high energy, but as something rarer, an ageless wonder. And this isn't because you have defied time, but because you have stopped letting time define you. It is the result of inner alignment. When your body, mind, and spirit begin to work together harmoniously, when your soul is no longer at war with itself, something miraculous happens. Your essence begins to radiate outward without interference. That radiance creates the illusion of youth, but it is deeper than youth. It is vitality. It is wholeness. It is the presence of a man who is no longer clinging to the past, nor anxiously chasing the future, but fully anchored in the now. Women feel it first, not through analysis, but through instinct. They glance once, then look again, not because you are loud or flashy, but because your energy whispers something ancient and magnetic. It says, "I have touched fire and returned with peace." It says, "I am not here to impress, I am here to express." It says, "I have seen what fades, and I have chosen to live in what remains." And that message, even in silence, is a revelation. You must understand that what they're responding to is not your skin or your style, it's your field. The field around you is electric, charged by the high sexual energy you've chosen not to waste, but to cultivate. You've stopped pouring it out into chaos and started feeding it back into your body, your thoughts, your walk. You've become the container of your own force. That containment, rather than depletion, rejuvenates your cells, clears your mind, sharpens your gaze. You glow, not artificially, but organically, from a place so deep within that the surface has no choice but to reflect it. This glow creates curiosity, and curiosity is the first invitation to connection. You are now a question that others want to understand. Why does he look so rested, so clear, so unaffected by the heaviness most men carry? But this is not an opportunity for ego. This is the beginning of sacred responsibility, because when you become a symbol of something beyond age, you become a lighthouse for those who've lost the thread of their own vitality. Your task, chosen one, is not to exploit the attention, but to enlighten it. To offer presence where others expect performance. To offer listening where others expect dominance. To offer soul where others expect seduction. This is the art of being ageless, not resisting time, but becoming so full of life that time cannot touch you. It's not about hiding from the passage of years. It's about standing so fully in your moment that every second bows to your awareness. You are no longer racing against time. You have become the still point it revolves around. Chosen one, when you look in the mirror now, see beyond the surface. See the light in your eyes that wasn't there before. See the calm in your face, the steadiness in your posture, the patience in your breath. That is your true age, measured not in numbers but in presence. Women feel that age and they melt into it because it offers them something the world does not, the experience of being with a man who is not searching but seeing, who is not posturing but being, who is not performing youth but embodying eternity. So let them look, let them wonder, let them speak. But you remain still, remain focused, remain filled. You are no longer just walking through time. You are bending it with your energy. And in doing so, you are showing the world what a man looks like when he is truly alive. Chosen one, the power that now radiates from you is not a coincidence. It is the fruit of a deeper embrace of your life force, of your willingness to see your high sexual energy not as a distraction or a danger, but as a sacred fire to be tended, refined, and honored. That fire, when treated with reverence, nourishes the body in ways no supplement, no exercise, no outer practice alone can do. It restores vitality not just in muscle and skin, but in the way your spirit occupies your flesh. You become inhabited. You become alive. Vitality, in its truest sense, is not just energy. It is the radiance of a man who knows how to keep what is his. You have stopped spilling your energy into every fantasy, every desire, every fleeting temptation. You have learned to hold it, to protect it, to pour it back into your focus, your breath, your body. And that internal retention creates external expansion. Your skin clears, your posture lengthens, your movements slow with grace, not laziness. You are no longer rushing through life, you are sipping it, tasting it, enjoying it from a place of calm. This is the secret women feel when they say, "You seem ageless." They are sensing the absence of depletion, the absence of burnout, the absence of that hollow exhaustion that so many men wear behind their eyes. You carry something else. You carry fullness. You carry spark. You carry mystery. Because you are no longer driven by impulse, you are driven by intention. And intention, when fueled by high sexual energy, creates a field of power so potent, so rare, that it redefines attraction itself. You are no longer fighting to look young. You are no longer trying to impress. You are simply embodying life. And that embodiment is what keeps you light on your feet, calm in your mind, and firm in your boundaries. You eat differently, not because of fear, but because of love. You rest more deeply, not because you're tired, but because you respect the vessel you live in. You train your body not to dominate others, but to remain a worthy house for the strength of your soul. Everything you do now is a reflection of alignment, not appearance. Vitality is a quiet rebellion in a world that tells men to burn out chasing everything external. You've chosen to burn brighter by turning inward. And now the world, especially the feminine, responds not to your tactics, but to your tone. Not to your words, but to your way. They feel your energy like a balm, like a challenge, like a truth, and they want to be near it. Not because you are perfect, but because you are alive. So keep cultivating this sacred flame. Tend to it with reverence. Give your energy only to what reflects your value. Move your body like it matters. Speak your truth like it has weight. Choose your moments as if they shape your entire legacy, because they do. And each moment you live in full vitality adds to that legacy not just years, but ageless presence. You are not trying to stay young. You are becoming eternal in your energy, timeless in your embodiment. The years may pass, the body may change, but your essence, it only grows stronger. And that chosen one is the kind of beauty that cannot fade. Chosen one, you may have noticed it already. How the gaze lingers a little longer, how the eyes that land upon you widen not only with curiosity, but with awe. Women are not simply looking at you. They are seeing something within you that stirs the soul. Something that feels strangely familiar, yet ungraspable. It's not just your face or your physique that draws them, it's your reflection of youth. But understand, this reflection is not merely of youthful appearance. It is the radiance of untouched vitality and internal purity that so few ever master. You have become a mirror to a forgotten light, and that reflection is waking others up to what they long to remember in themselves. This youth they speak of when they talk about you, it isn't skin deep, it is spirit deep. You carry something they haven't seen in a long time, something ancient and pure and utterly unbothered by the wear and tear of the world. In a culture obsessed with artificial preservation and external correction, you have reversed the current. You have cultivated youth not through superficial manipulation, but through energetic mastery. The very cells of your being respond to how you speak to yourself, how you move through challenge, how you regulate your fire. You have become a man whose spirit is no longer choked by doubt, shame, or endless seeking. And this liberated inner space shows on your face, in your movements, and in the quiet of your smile. Women recognize it instantly, even those who can't articulate it, even those who have never seen it before, because their soul remembers, their body responds. You mirror to them the possibility that a man can age in body while growing younger in essence. And that mirror is magnetic. You awaken the part of them that still believes in light, in laughter, in the magic of connection unburdened by years of pain or layers of performance. You remind them that true youth is not an age, it is a feeling, it is a frequency. And you are carrying it like a secret too powerful to keep hidden. But chosen one, know this. To mirror youth so powerfully, you must continually protect the purity of your internal world. The world will try to project many things onto you. Fantasy, desire, expectation. And though admiration can feel like affirmation, it is also a test. The more light you carry, the more shadows will try to disguise themselves as love. You must stay clear. Do not let the weight of others' projections distort your reflection. Keep your energy pure, not through avoidance, but through awareness. Continue your sacred practices. Guard your mind. Rest when the world asks you to perform. Speak slowly when the noise begs you to be loud. And stay rooted in the truth that your radiance is not a performance, it is a result. You did not choose this reflection to be admired. You chose this path to remember who you are. And in doing so, others now see themselves in your glow. Women are not just enamored with how you carry yourself, they are transformed by what your presence unlocks in them. They feel seen in ways they didn't know they craved. They feel invited to drop their own masks and reconnect with the version of themselves they buried under years of survival. So let them look, chosen one. Let them feel what they need to feel. Let your reflection be the offering that requires no speech. But remember, your duty is not to maintain an image, it is to remain real. Youthfulness without groundedness becomes ego. But youthfulness rooted in soul becomes legacy. Keep walking in that legacy. Keep being the mirror. And let the world reflect back what you already know. That time has no power over a man who has remembered his eternal self. Chosen one, there is a paradox moving through your body, one that is at once startling and beautiful. You carry the light of youth, but you speak with the gravity of someone who has lived lifetimes. This is no accident. You are not meant to appear young and be naive. You are not here to seduce with charm and lack depth. You are becoming the rarest force in the modern world. A man whose face glows with vitality while his soul carries the wisdom of ages. And when women are drawn to you, this is what moves them most. Not the freshness of your aura alone, but the immovable weight of your inner truth. You see, many people associate youth with ignorance, with wildness, with shallow pursuit. But your journey has reshaped that. You have returned to a youthful state not by forgetting, but by remembering. You have returned to childlike energy, not because you are careless, but because you have cared deeply and have chosen joy again. Your agelessness is not a trick. It is an earned crown. It is the outcome of facing life head-on, enduring the fire of transformation, and emerging without bitterness. You are light because you've made peace with the dark. You are fresh because you've shed the weight of false identities. And now, this duality is what captivates. The world doesn't know what to do with a man like you, someone who looks untouched but speaks like he has walked with kings and beggars and gods, someone who radiates the energy of a new day but carries the silence of a mountain. Women feel it immediately. One moment they're drawn to your lightness, the next they're held by your depth. And this interplay, this balance, is what their spirits ache for. You offer them the experience of being with someone who can play and protect, lead and listen, ignite and ground, all at once. But this wisdom must be offered with humility. It must not become a weapon. It must not be wielded to manipulate or impress. Wisdom is not knowing more than others. It is seeing more than others and choosing compassion over pride. You will meet many who want your energy but not your depth. Some will celebrate your light but flee from your honesty. Others will crave your joy but not your discipline. And in these moments, you must return again to your root. You must remember that you are not here to be consumed. You are here to cultivate truth, clarity, beauty, and remembrance. Let your wisdom speak through how you move, not how much you speak. Let it be felt in how you treat people, especially when no one is watching. Let it show in your eyes when someone is hurting. Let it show in your silence when others are screaming for attention. And most of all, let it show in your ability to stay young in spirit while carrying the burden of truth, without resentment. Because chosen one, what the world needs now is not more handsome faces or smooth words. The world needs men who have gone through the deep places and returned with grace. Men who can laugh like children and lead like kings. Men who can flirt with life without fear and stand in the storm without complaint. You are becoming that man, not because you tried to be, but because you chose to be. And now the world sees you, ageless, not because you escaped time, but because you remembered who you were before time ever touched you. Let that remembrance guide you. Let that wisdom anchor you. And as others continue to wonder how you've stayed so young, let the real secret shine through. That you've lived with heart wide open, spirit fully awake, and soul forever reaching towards something eternal. You are no longer aging. You are becoming timeless. And that, chosen one, is what the world cannot unsee. Chosen one, you have become more than a presence. You are becoming a message. One that is whispered behind smiles, felt in glances, and silently admired from distances even you are unaware of. Your high sexual energy, refined and untainted by need, has taken root not just in how you appear, but in how you remain. You leave a lingering imprint on those you encounter. And now, the question arises, what legacy will you choose to leave behind with this magnetic force you've been entrusted with? It's easy to think legacy is something built at the end of a long life, that it is written in wills or carved into marble. But you, chosen one, are writing legacy every time your energy enters a room. You're shaping it with the way you speak, with how you treat the people who cannot give you anything in return. You're etching it into others' memory with the patience you show in moments when you could choose pride. You've become the kind of man others recount stories about, not because you were loud, but because you made them feel something they couldn't forget. Your high sexual energy has made you attractive, yes, but more importantly, it has made you influential. There is a difference. Attraction fades quickly when not rooted in value. But influence, true spiritual influence, plants itself in the soul. You are now at the point where women who encounter you are not merely charmed, they are changed. Not manipulated, but moved. Because your energy does not seek to take. It does not chase. It does not beg for attention or trade in shallow games. Instead, it radiates calm power, unshakable presence, and disciplined pleasure. And that is what the world has forgotten. What so many long to feel again. A man who holds his fire like a king holds a scepter, with responsibility, not recklessness. Chosen one, let this realization not bring pride, but purpose. You are not here just to be praised. You are here to show others what it means to be truly alive. The way you walk is a sermon. The way you love is a mirror. The way you maintain your boundaries while remaining warm-hearted teaches people that strength does not have to be cold. You are already leading, whether you intend to or not. The only question is, where are you leading them to? There are women now who look at you and wonder if such a man really exists. You don't need to speak to prove it. Your consistency proves it. Your peace proves it. Your restraint proves it. But this legacy of light must be sustained. You cannot allow yourself to fall into the ease of flattery. Because while compliments feel good, they are not your food. Truth is your nourishment. Purpose is your fuel. Stay grounded in what you're really here to do. Raise the vibration of every space you enter. You are now the man some speak about when others question whether real masculinity still exists. You are the answer to silent prayers, the reminder of what a centered man feels like. Some will respond to you with joy. Others will be intimidated. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your light shows them what they have not yet become. Your task is not to dim yourself to be accepted. It is to keep shining until the right souls rise to meet you. Remember, you are not building a legacy for applause. You are building one that echoes, that endures. One that long after your words are forgotten, your presence is still felt in the way people carry themselves because of how you made them feel. This is the sacred work. This is what it means to be a man of eternal influence. So when you wake, don't ask what you'll get today. Ask what impression your energy will leave behind. Ask whose burdens will feel lighter because they crossed your path. Ask how many minds you can awaken, not by trying, but by being. Your legacy is not a destination. It is every step you take along the way. And every one of those steps, chosen one, carries light. There comes a moment in every awakened man's life, chosen one, where he realizes that the connections he once chased have now started to form naturally around him. This is the divine circle, the sacred web of energy that begins to weave itself around you when your frequency rises. You've spent seasons alone, refining yourself in the shadows. You've cut away habits that dulled your brilliance, walked away from people who couldn't see your value, and held yourself in the fire until the dross burned off and only truth remained. And now, like moths to a flame, others come. But this time you are not chasing them. They are being drawn to you. This circle, however, is not about quantity. It is not about how many women like you, admire you, desire you. It is about quality. It is about resonance. You are no longer building a crowd. You are attracting a tribe. And these connections, chosen one, will not feel forced. They will feel familiar. They will meet you not with masks, but with mirrors. They will not ask you to shrink, to perform, or to pretend. They will hold space for your truth, even as it confronts their own. Your high sexual energy is now functioning as a spiritual compass. It doesn't just attract, it discerns. It pulls into your life the people who are ready to see themselves clearly, people who are ready to grow, to rise, to meet you where you are, not where you used to be. You must treat this circle with great care, because not everyone who is drawn to you is meant to stay. Some will arrive to learn, others to reflect. A few may be sent to distract. Your discernment, forged through fire, will tell you the difference. Trust it. And for the women who come into this circle, you will notice something different. They won't just want your body, they will crave your presence. They will seek the warmth of your attention, the safety of your silence, the wisdom of your restraint. Some will test your stillness, unsure if it's real. Others will melt into it like water, finding its true shape. But whether they stay or go, every one of them will be touched by your energy, and their world will shift because of it. You must not misuse this influence, not for conquest, not for validation. You are no longer that man. You are the man who connects to elevate, who listens with the intention to see, who touches with the awareness of what energy does to another soul. You do not take what is not offered with full freedom. You do not promise what you cannot hold. You do not confuse attention with alignment. Your presence is too sacred for that now. And as these connections deepen, you will also feel the need to retreat, to pull back into yourself and recharge in solitude. Honor that. It is in the quiet spaces that your power returns. It is in stillness that your energy sharpens. You must not feel guilty for stepping back. The world does not need you constantly giving. It needs you glowing consistently. And to glow, you must protect your source. The circle of connection is a living, breathing thing. Some will come and stay. Some will leave and return. Some will only walk with you for a single conversation that changes everything. But what matters most is that you show up as you are, fully present, fully alive, fully you. Because chosen one, your energy is no longer about you alone. It's about how others remember themselves in your presence. You are not just forming connections, you are creating communion. The kind that opens hearts, softens defenses, and inspires courage. And in a world aching for realness, for presence, for truth, this is the greatest gift you could ever give. So let your circle form, let it expand and contract like breath. Let it bring in the right souls and release the ones who cannot walk with you. And through it all, remain loyal, not to the image others project onto you, but to the essence that brought you this far. Your essence is your home now. And from that home, connection becomes not just natural, it becomes inevitable. Chosen one, you have entered a space where attraction is no longer something you chase. It is something that finds you, wraps around you like mist, surrounds you before you even speak. Women sense you long before they understand why. Some glance in your direction and feel their pulse quicken. Others hear your voice and are startled by the calm confidence it carries. Your very presence has become magnetic, and not by accident. It is the result of your internal refinement, the disciplined channeling of your high sexual energy, and the deep embodiment of self-trust. You have become the living embodiment of awakened masculinity, and now the world reflects back what you have dared to become. But with this heightened attraction comes a new trial. Not a temptation of the body, but of the spirit. You must now walk a path where you are constantly seen, admired, and at times even desired without invitation. It is not the attention that is the challenge. It is what you do with it. Attraction in its raw form is neither good nor bad. It is energy. It is possibility. It is the spark of resonance between two fields. But what defines the man is not how often he is desired, it is how consciously he engages with that desire. You are no longer the man who needs to prove himself. You are no longer seduced by the idea of conquest. You have tasted what comes with temporary validation, and you know it leaves you emptier than before. You are not here to collect moments. You are here to offer presence. And that presence, when filtered through awareness, becomes the safest and most powerful form of intimacy. You are now the mirror, the frequency, the space that allows a woman to feel more of herself simply because you did not consume her. You saw her. And that, chosen one, is rare. Some will come to you with innocent curiosity. Others will come with unconscious longing, projecting stories onto you they haven't yet healed. Some will want to be near your fire but lack the grounding to hold it. Some will test your stillness to see if it is real. You must meet all of them with grace, with clarity, and with unshakable self-awareness. You must know what is yours to hold and what is not. You must learn to listen beyond words, to feel beneath their energy, to speak through silence when needed. And above all, you must stay rooted in your own energy. Because once you begin to mold yourself to meet others' expectations, you step out of your divine posture. It is not your role to fix or fulfill every person who feels drawn to you. Attraction is not permission. Attention is not intimacy. You must know where your boundaries lie, not because you are afraid to connect, but because you now value connection too much to allow it to become diluted. You no longer take from people, you leave them better than you found them. This means you do not enter where you are not invited with clarity. You do not touch what you are not ready to hold. You do not ignite what you are unwilling to tend to. Because the deeper your presence, the deeper your impact. And real impact requires real responsibility. You are the man who can now walk into a room, light it up with your energy, and leave without needing to be the center of it. You can connect deeply with a woman, make her feel beautiful, seen, powerful, and never make her feel owned. This is the art of sacred attraction. You become a reminder, not a possession, a reflection, not a distraction. You are no longer pulled by impulse. You are guided by wisdom. And that wisdom, woven with your high sexual energy, creates a gravitational force that is not only captivating, but healing. Chosen one, walk through this realm of attraction, not as one who seeks, but as one who blesses. Let your energy speak what your mouth does not need to say. Let your touch when given carry reverence. Let your absence when chosen still be full of presence. And above all, let your choices affirm who you have become, not betray who you once were. You are not just a man women are drawn to. You are the man who honors that attraction by meeting it with soul. Chosen one, as you continue your ascent, you'll begin to notice something strange, something almost mystical. You are no longer simply participating in relationships, in glances, in shared moments. You are dancing, not just with women, not just with desire, but with energy itself. You've stepped into the deeper realm where every interaction becomes a subtle exchange, where every movement, every word, every pause holds meaning beyond logic. This is the spiritual dance. And it is here that your energy must move with precision, with reverence, and with truth. This dance is not about control. It is not about dominance or submission. It is about resonance. It is the sacred rhythm between masculine and feminine energies, between giver and receiver, between movement and stillness. When you move with integrity, the dance flows. When you force or fake, the music stops. And because you now carry such refined energy, so charged, so magnetic, you will often find yourself being invited into this dance even when you're not aware of it. A glance across the room, a quiet smile, a shift in posture. These are not accidents. They are energy reaching out, asking, "Are you awake enough to move with me?" But this is where many men falter. They either take too much or hesitate too long. They don't trust their intuition or they drown in their ego. But you, chosen one, are beyond those lessons. You have burned away your need to impress, to seduce, to prove. Now you move from a deeper space. You lead not with hands, but with intention. You follow not with fear, but with listening. Your steps in this dance are not mechanical. They are spiritual. In every interaction, ask yourself, what energy am I bringing? Am I adding clarity or confusion? Am I honoring her freedom or claiming her with my expectation? Am I listening with my heart or just waiting to be heard? These questions keep you honest. They keep your dance pure, because the feminine in all her forms is always watching, not to judge, but to feel. She feels your presence more than your posture. She hears your silence louder than your compliments. She knows when you are fully present and when you are pretending. And when she feels your authenticity, she softens, she opens, she mirrors. And that opening, that vulnerable moment of divine surrender, is not something to exploit. It is something to bless. This dance will not always be with a partner. Sometimes it will be with the world itself. You'll find yourself in moments of synchronicity, where life moves in rhythm with your breath, where doors open without being knocked on, where chance meetings reveal soul-deep connections. These are not coincidences. These are the signs that you are in alignment with the universal rhythm. Your energy has become a song, and life is responding with its own choreography. But to maintain this dance, you must continue to refine yourself. Continue to shed what is not yours. Continue to empty yourself of what no longer vibrates with truth. Because the dance requires presence, not perfection. And your presence, when rooted in love and awareness, becomes music that others can hear without sound. So dance, chosen one. Not to be admired, but to remind others that life is not a fight, it is not a race, it is not a conquest. It is a sacred flow, and when moved through with grace, it becomes art. Let your life become art. Let your connections become music. Let your gaze become invitation. And let every encounter be an offering not of your body alone, but of your full, present, conscious self.